Alliance. He is the beast from Hollywood East, Michael the Hammer Mulligan.
Hey folks, Michael Hammer Mulligan. Welcome to the Fireside. Today's guest, Tom from Sucker Punch Athletics. I need to apologize ahead of time. We haven't done the interview yet, but I think you'll see what I'm talking about. Tom is a rather outspoken guy. Mom, she's going to have to do some work on this one, a little extra editing, because Tom's a little over the edge. Great guy. He's got a great company called Sucker Punch Athletics. What he does is he sponsors fighters, but he sells all the fight clothes for the fighters. He does the shorts, he does the shirts, all that thing. For your local guys, you probably ain't going to see him on UFC. You're not going to see him on TV a lot, but you're going to see his stuff at all the local fights. I think Tom's an interesting guy because he's got a good perspective on all the venues, all the fighters that are out there, the up-and-coming guys, and he's not afraid to pull any, he doesn't pull any punches. He's not afraid to give his opinion. He doesn't have any vested interest in one particular fighter, though he does sponsor over 40 fighters to one degree or another. He really doesn't mind saying what's on his mind. My kind of guy. I really like him. So enjoy the interview with Tom. Kids are in the room. Might want to send him away. Not really. Mom will do a good job, believe me. Hey folks, Michael Hammer Mulligan here. I'm with Tom from Sucker Punch Athletics. What's up, Tom?
What's up, dog?
Tommy is stealing your kids' lunch money right now.
Not yours, his.
Yeah, not mine. So Tommy came down to the house today to drop off some shirts for Shane's next fight. What he does is, there's a lot of, if anybody out there in mixed martial arts on the local scene knows Tom. They know Sucker Punch MMA, Sucker Punch Athletics, because he does a lot of shirts for the folks. Tell them what your company is. What do you do?
Sucker Punch Athletics. Mostly, primarily it's MMA gear, but we don't pigeonhole ourselves just in MMA. We have a hockey line.
Nice.
Do some BMX stuff, not too much, but primarily combat sports.
Right.
MMA, boxing.
Now, so if like what I do is I only get shirts. I get shirts for the crew that are going to be out there and stuff. But a lot of the guys, what do they do? Buy shirts to sell?
Yeah, they buy shirts to sell to their fans. It depends on, some guys don't want to sell them. We pre-sell them online for them. They don't want to deal with that. I mean, there's a million different options. Like, you buy them and do whatever you guys do with them. Hand them out to your family and friends for Shane's fights and stuff like that. So it depends on who it is.
A lot of them, like on the ones that I have made, I have like Shane's name, and I have his logo, and I have the schools and stuff. But a lot of guys, what do they put? Like, they get sponsors?
Yeah, they get sponsors. We'll try to design something really cool for them, put it on the front with their nickname, and then all the sponsors will float on the back or the sleeves.
All right,
so it has like sleeves. So it's all custom stuff. Everything's different.
Right, and now the reason for that is what? To support their career, basically.
Yeah, to help them get a little bit more revenue. Sometimes amateurs don't get paid.
Correct.
They're not supposed to.
Yeah. Well, I think if the amateur was going to get paid, the only way that they get any revenue was through ticket sales.
Right, ticket sales and selling shirts. If they get their custom shirts. Pros, some guys sell a ton of shirts. You got guys like Sandman, Todd Chattel, they sell a ton of shirts.
Yeah, they do. Well, those are, they're popular guys too. I guess it depends on your fan base.
Right.
How exactly did you? I think you told me the story, but for now, how did you get started in doing the MMA stuff?
Well, actually, I started the company. It wasn't even a combat sports company. It was a hockey company. Started selling hockey events. Found out about a couple of local shows. I think it was Full Force 15, 16, with Mike True. That's how
100 years ago.
Yeah, 100 years ago we started doing those, and it was crazy. It took off pretty fast. We had a lot of growth. We had a bottom fall out a few times. We weren't expecting it to grow that quick. It was gigantic growth real quick.
Right. Growing pains.
Growing pains, and we still are. So now we're doing shows. Sometimes we're doing 3 on a weekend now since New York's opened up with there's a loophole in that. So New York's amateur stuff is opening up and the pro to follow. But
nice.
We just go back to how I started. It just happened, almost by accident to a degree. So
nice. Now, so how many shows do you do a month? Would you figure now?
It depends. This month, September, we're doing 7 or 8, I think.
Really, huh?
We do tattoo conventions, bike rallies.
Now, is this your primary source of income for your company? Is the MMA stuff?
MMA is pretty big, but it crosses all genres of.
Right, but I mean, if you had to pick one sport,
MMA would be MMA.
Okay. And you said you did biker shows. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we do bike shows, bike rallies. We've done some, nothing like Laconia yet. It's just it's scheduling conflicts. But
now, what do you sell there? The Sucker Punch?
Yeah, we sell the Sucker Punch.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Tattoo conventions are great too, so they love the stuff too.
Yeah.
But we're busy. It's almost a 24/7 business, just because we have the custom order. We'll deliver stuff to people like you.
Yep.
People that are loyal, that spend a lot of money with us. I have no problem driving around and delivering stuff.
And I haven't spent that much. He's counting on the future. The future. All right. So you're doing the shows now. What were your qualifications? Like, what did you do? Graphic arts in school? Or?
Yeah, actually, it goes way back. When I was in college, I was bootlegging some shirts for the Grateful Dead. Me and a buddy of mine stopped doing that. Got married. Opened up a little surf line. Ended up getting rid of that. Some company bought it out in England, the rights to the name.
Oh, no kidding.
And I've been in T-shirts forever.
Now, do you follow that company? How did they end up doing it?
Oh, they're all right. It's just a little surf company out in England.
And they just wanted your name?
Yeah, they wanted the name.
There you go.
That's all.
For $1.
My wife, couple bucks.
Yeah.
Didn't make me rich. I bought a pizza.
Better than the lunch money.
Yeah, it was a little more than lunch money.
All right, so now, do you sponsor fighters as well?
Yeah, we sponsor fighters. We have upwards of, it depends. Right now, we're probably like 30-ish fighters all over the country. Primarily New England. We try to support the guys out here as much as we can. There's enough companies out there where they can, guy from California. It really doesn't. It helps out a little bit, but the sponsorship on one guy out there isn't really going to make that big of a difference. We try to keep it, homegrown and support all our local guys. Mass, Maine, Rhode Island, Connecticut.
Now explain the sponsorship idea. What is the idea behind that for these guys? What do you do? What do you provide for them as far as a sponsor?
Right. Depending on the fighter, of course, it's custom too. Some guys just want shorts.
Yeah.
Some guys want run the whole gamut. They want the shorts. They want the, they want the walkout shirt. The hat, all that stuff. So it depends, and you always try to do the best thing for the fighter and
without going broke.
It's complicated too. Every guy's an individual, and their personalities are different. And some guys don't understand. Some guys think they should get more than what they really should get. And sponsorships are hard to come by because, to tell you the truth, we sponsor more fighters than anybody in Massachusetts, hands down.
Right.
Not even New England. Nobody can even come close. So.
Right.
And if anybody wants to argue with it, come down and we'll have a debate about it.
And if there's a bunch of you, we'll have a mass debate.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, I guess then the amount of sponsorship that you'll provide for somebody kind of grows with their talent.
That's true too. Yeah, that does happen. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely does.
Yep.
Then you get, we have you guys that go into the UFC, and the UFC's like Joey Proctor.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a great kid. We've been sponsoring him for years. Had a great run on the Ultimate Fighter. I think he's fighting in Washington on December 8th.
Yep.
Joey,
where are you?
Yeah, where you at, man?
Where you at? Come on down here. I got him. I had him scheduled a couple times, but he's harder to get than you. Lazone, I don't even want to talk about him. Oh yeah, I'll be there. Danny, what's his brother? Yeah. Oh yeah, we're on our way.
Sounds like me.
Yeah. On my way.
He yelled at me for not showing up once. You son of a.
I am hard. Yes.
Okay.
As a contractor and a builder, you kind of learn after a while that what was that mistake? Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah,
twice, shame on me. Yeah, exactly.
I hear you. But go back to Joey. Guys in the UFC. If I probably shouldn't say this, but any of these smaller companies that think they're going to get their logos on a consistent basis in the UFC, you're going to have to bleep that. Unless you have unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, because it's expensive. You have to
Sure.
pay 150 grand just for a licensing fee to get in there.
Okay, so for you to have your name on his shorts, because I'm sure that a lot of the people that go up, John Howard, was he right? Would put it on if it was allowed.
Right.
So did they allow you to do it?
They allow you if you pay.
I see. So UFC charges $150,000 licensing fee
for apparel companies or gear companies. If you're a muscle farm, something outside, I think there's different levels of what qualification you can do, right? Because depending on what your company is, if you have a paint company, they might not even charge you anything.
Right.
So I don't know specifically, but I know for gear companies, it's expensive as shit. If you look at Forum Athletics, owned by Case, was out of business. They couldn't afford the fee. They kept paying the fee. Nobody was buying the and they're paying John Jones and they're paying Uriah Faber a ton of money, and they think, yeah, we got this guy. Okay, guy isn't selling any shit for you, so you're screwed.
Yep.
So,
well, I'll say this. I'll say that there's a lot of that. Shane, when I went online to get shirts for school, he wanted shirts for school. He didn't want to buy the tap out from Kohl's. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, that's pass. All right, that's pass. All right. I'm sure there's some good ones and everything else. I get the picture with them right there. Great guys, the whole thing. But some shirts are just better than others. He's got some great shirts. I remember one time we went to the Pancration games. He's got his thing set up. It's a kids tournament, and Tom's been out there for a while with "Talk Get Hit." You know, that's his logo. Is "Talk Get Hit." Sorry, well, I'm bleeping. But I said, walked up to him. I said, Tommy, I says, you get anything without swears on it or something for my kid? He goes, what do you mean? I says, well, we're the kids for. Oh, you know, oops, yeah. Well, and you don't know, dude. You know, it's a whole new thing. You're used to setting up your truck, moving on to that thing. But again, it's a different market.
Right.
That market, you got to design something else that's going to sell.
We've taken some swears off of almost half of our stuff. We have kids line now to make it a little bit more softer.
Say it to my
face. Yeah, that's a big seller. I'm not a bully or just a.
Yeah.
See, pussy.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be. You know, we design the line so it's different than everybody else. Even though
it's an aggressive line. It's a good aggressive line. I love the stuff. Everybody wears it around here. You know, if they want to find more about you, what is your email?
Sales at Sucker Punch Athletics, or go to SUCKERPUNCHATHLETICS.com.
SUCKERPUNCHATHLETICS.com is where you can find out more about Tom and his company. All right, so let me see. He did the shirt for Shaney. He comes to all the events. Who do you see in the local scene? All right, we already got Joey Proctor up there. We got Lazarn up there. We got Howard went back from the UFC. Is he going to end up back in the UFC again?
I hope he does. I think if he wins this next fight at the Dunk,
who's he got?
Oh man, I can't remember the name of the guy he's fighting. I think it's a tough fight. He's not going to get a.
You don't want to.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
They're not going to give you a free pass with a gimme.
No, so he wins. I believe he's back, and I hope he does, because he's definitely UFC caliber still.
Right.
Regardless of.
Oh, he's an awesome fighter.
Yeah, and he's an awesome guy too.
You know, who did he fight? Chattel?
He fought Chattel and he fought
Scotty Reed.
Scotty! Scotty, to talk about Scotty, first fighter we ever sponsored was Scotty.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah, he got his foot in the door early, huh?
Yeah. Knocking. I remember the Full Force events knocking those two big guys out, just dropping.
That's just it. He's got that overhand punch that's just a killer.
A gift from God.
Yeah, I remember getting punched by him once. When we were training, and I said so. I says, I thought we were going half speed. He goes, Mike. He goes, what do you want me to do with you? I gotta do something. He goes, you're not hitting half speed either. I go, oh yeah, I am. That was half speed. But for a guy his size and his condition, because honestly, he has worked hard. I mean, in the beginning fights, he'd turtle up.
Yeah.
When he got down on the ground, he'd wind and he'd turtle up and stuff. But he got past that. He got himself in better shape. He still smokes like a fiend in the parking lot. Smoky weed. We love you, Scotty.
Love you, dog. Love you, man.
So on the local scene, all these guys you're watching lately, who's going to go up to UFC next, you think?
That's a tough one. I mean, the 155ers around here are nasty, and 155s are stacked everywhere.
Yeah.
There's so much competition. It's tough to say, well, this guy here is gonna make it. It's tough to get in there. It's not.
What's it take? What's it take to get through?
Train every day. You have to cut out the booze, the beers, everything. It's
all the good stuff.
Train, all the good stuff. Like Joey Proctor, that kid trains. All he does is train.
It's
old
school, right?
You can't. Yeah, those guys are insane. Don't take a day off.
Yeah.
You can't take a day off. It's a
The
difference.
other guy ain't gonna.
No, it's a difference between junior high and friggin' varsity.
What do you get?
What are you gonna do? You gotta
What
play.
you put in.
Right, you're right. So, you wanna do. It's gonna be a half-ass career for you. But,
Yeah.
You know, I see a lot of guys train really hard out here. I think I've been around all the Northeast, and I've been to the Midwest to fights in California. By far, New England, even Mass is hands down has the best talent. Just watching the fights.
Wicked.
The talent pool's pretty deep here, and just seeing guys out of Pennsylvania fight, and other regions in the Northeast that. No, there's a few good guys out there, but out here, most of the top guys are just nasty. So, yeah, I couldn't really pick guys. I don't want to pick somebody and put them in a position where it's like, oh, you didn't make it. You said that, but there's a ton of talent out there. It's loaded.
Good. I ask him a lot of random questions again because he's there at all the fights. He's not a fighter, he's not a promoter, so it's kind of good to get that perspective from him because he talks to a lot of them, but he has nothing really vested in them, so he's not going to be swayed either way. This might, I don't know if this is a sway or not, but in Massachusetts, all the fights that you go to, which is the best venue? The best place to see it at?
The best venue to watch a fight, I'd have to say, is Plymouth Memorial Hall.
I think so.
Memorial Hall. First place we ever sold to.
Yeah.
But
it's
definitely it's the best. Yeah,
it is.
It's excellent because there's not a bad seat in the place.
No,
even the high
stadium.
seats
It's
are
like
good.
Mike Gretsch says, it's a Coliseum.
It's a Coliseum. Crash!
Look up! That's funny. All right, there's a big fight on the horizon, and I mean a big fight. And I'll get your take on this. It's not out there yet. It's not 100% confirmed, but it's 99% confirmed. Lee Bean versus Banana.
Ooh.
Tick, tick,
tick,
tick.
That's going to be a battle.
Isn't that something?
Guys going.
Isn't that something?
Love both of them. I see a draw.
Yeah,
I can't pick one.
I know. Isn't it tough?
Really well.
I love them both. Both of those guys trained me to fight Foley my last fight. Both of those guys in different places. I go down Cape and train with Banana, CCFA, but Lee Bean would come out and train me over there, and both of them are communitively, I don't know, our goal was to get together and beat this guy. So it wasn't just me that beat him, it was really two other great ground guys.
That's going to be a nasty, sick fight.
You know,
for sure.
I love Lee, I love Banana, and it is going to be the toughest thing in the world to call.
Yeah, that's like two bulls going at it right there.
You know, my girl asks me a lot on TV, you know, she'll say, which one of these guys do you want to win? You know, I think Aldo is fighting, I can't remember who it is. Aldo's fighting,
I don't know.
I don't remember. But anyway, but they're both great guys. They're both great talents. They've both been working forever to get to this place. Who do you want to win? I don't care.
Yeah,
Either one of them. Whoever deserves it. And if they fought the next day, it'd be a different result.
It would be a different result.
You know what I mean? So that's the way I feel about this one. I love the both of them. And I think that, I don't know, dude.
That's right. Flip a coin. They're both talented.
It's going to be in November, so it's a little ways away. I think, you know, you got Lee's training at Y Crew, and he's the most phenomenal wrestler out there. We had a competition at Lee's school, Brickyard, where me and two other guys, who could hold Lee down the longest. Lee lays on the ground on his back. We get on top of Lee one at a time and put him in any position we want. I got 8 seconds. That was the highest one. That's it. That's all you can hold that man down.
He tackled me up at one of the CFX shows in Plymouth. Took me down. I felt like I got hit by a Mack truck.
Yeah, and then Bananas, the Pan Am American winner.
Banana.
You got two different styles of ground game and you got Banana training with Johnny Johnson on striking.
Johnny!
And there's another one.
Beast.
The Beast. He could take the best punch in the world and give it back.
He got I've never seen anybody hit like that.
Yeah, I loved it, dude. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, and
You're
now
the man.
everybody thinks he's my brother. One guy said, "Is that your son?" I almost punched him, motherfucker. Oh, dude.
You should have punched
He's
him.
greater than I am, you. Unbelievable. Is that your son?
Daddy,
That's your mother.
Daddy, we got a train.
Daddy? Well, Mark was there. Mark says, you got to have some more sons. All right, Tommy,
All right, man.
thank you very much.
No
that was
problem.
a great interview. I appreciate everything from you. Anything you want to say to these folks before you leave?
Come see us at an event. We kick everybody's ass for a reason. All the haters, you're hating because you ain't selling. We're selling. So get boom.
All right, folks, thanks for coming to another Fireside Chat with Michael, the Hammer Mulligan, and Tommy from Sucker Punch. Peace. Hey, folks, Michael, the Hammer Mulligan here. Well, that was a good show with Tom. Like I said, needed a couple bleeps in there. You got them. So we got a little time for a little common sense. So I'm just going to do a little talking here. You know, get a couple things off my mind, back my head up on a couple things. You know. So listen. So I went to my reunion a week or so ago. It was a good thing. It was my 30th year reunion. I had mixed feelings about going. You know, personal reasons. You know, some people you want to see, some people you don't care to see. A lot of my friends that I grew up with didn't go. We were from a different clique, you know what I mean? We weren't you know, the geeky kids that did the, you know, student council and all that kind of things. We were the other guys that, you know, got called for the office for other things. But we were a good crew of kids. So I was a little disappointed that a lot of my friends, you know, McNeely and Myatt and, you know, Dave Richards and a bunch of other kids didn't show up, but that's okay. I saw a lot of people that I see around town still, and a lot of people that I liked when I was in school. Didn't recognize a whole lot of people. Some people didn't change. And I was right when I said that some people will get lipo, some people will get hair weaves and need lipo. It was just you know, it was funny. An interesting thing that I noticed though was a lot of people, you know, one of those open-ended comments, you know, people will ask you, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. How about you? And some people would be more interested to hear what you had to say about yourself, but then there was the other kind of self-centered folks that would want to hear all about themselves, and they would bend your ear for 20 minutes talking about themselves, which is okay for them, I guess. You know, didn't need that much information. I lasted probably about an hour. I didn't want to break bread there, so me and my girl went somewhere else and ate afterwards. But it was really nice to see a lot of the people that were there. Yeah, so that's it. I probably won't do it again. I think 30th is enough. I think I missed the last one. I think that one will do it for me. Yeah, so that's about all I have to say about that right there. Other common sense things, don't drink and drive, go to the fights, treat your kids good.